not a lowrider, it's a lifestyle that nace del corazón. It comes from the heart, something that you enjoy doing. I can't explain it. It's just something that's such a good feeling. I have a 1951 Chevy Deluxe Fleetline with the fastback. The exterior of my car is emerald green. The interior is an olive green color. Sometimes at nighttime it looks darker, so I get asked if it's a black color. It sits on an 85 El Camino frame. It has a 350 engine in it. I have a 700 R4 transmission. I have a March Super Teen kit. My wheels are 14-inch crossbars, hubcaps. I have a couple of accessories on my car. One of them is the exterior swamp cooler. It doesn't work, but I always get questioned about what that is. And I also have a federal siren, so before you see me, you'll hear me coming. I love the style of the bomb, especially the Fleetline. It has that back to it. When you look at it from the rear, it's just the curves that you see. I've always wanted a bomb. I always pictured myself driving a bomb. I got the car just the way it looks. My brother came across it, and he bought it home. And when I seen it, I fell in love with it, and I always wanted it, maybe if it would be mine. When I turned 40, right about then, he wanted to sell it. So I was so excited, just bought it off of my brother. My car is a driver, so there are scratches, but I do plan on giving it a new paint job and getting my chrome redipped. Cruising in a lowrider, I just feel stress-free. It's a soothing feeling. It's my baby, so taking her out and showing her to other people, the older people always enjoy seeing older cars. The younger kids enjoy. Sometimes, people look at me and they're expecting to see a guy driving out a female, so they kind of do a double take, and I just smile because I'm just so happy to be driving, cruising. I live in Sacramento, so we cruise Old Sacramento, William Lamb Park, Broadway. My husband and I enjoy the passion of lowriding, so we cruise together. Either he drives his car or I'll drive in my car. We go together, but we really enjoy the lowrider scene. I do belong to a car club. There's about 15 of us. Most members are from Woodland, California, and then there's a few of us that are from Sacramento, but it started in Woodland. We'd go to car shows, and we didn't have a name, and one of our members has a barbershop. That's where the name originated from, Uppercut Barbershop. So now we're Uppercut Car Club. There's a big stereotype that lowriding is just a guy thing. I've gone to places where, they say car club members come up and they kind of look at me like I'm just the wife or the girlfriend. We females, there's a lot of females out there that have lowriders, have the same passion and heart as any guy that has a car. And every car has a story. I love hearing stories, how other people got their cars, where that car came from. And we're also happy and proud to share. My passion started with my brother. I have an older brother who, since a young age, was into lowriders, and he used to take me out cruising. Some of my early memories of going out cruising with my brother must have been when I was about 12 years old, and my brother must have been about 16 because he was forced to get his license. We didn't have any cars at home. Back then, it was much easier for him to drive without an adult. Well, my brother always took me along. He knew that we share that same passion, so I enjoy going cruising with my brother. I was born in Guajimic, Nayarit, in Mexico. I was born at home. I was born in an adobe house, which was just a kitchen, the bedroom, and an outdoor restroom. A midwife helped my mom. So there's no record of how much I weighed, how long I was. I was named after my mom, Angelina. So to distinguish us from the get-go, I was nicknamed Chiquita. I have an older brother, older sister, and a younger sister. The three older ones were born in Mexico, and my younger sister was born here. My grandmother was born in Yuma, Arizona, but in the 1920s, they were forced to go back to Mexico, where her family came from. And so my mother and her siblings were born in Mexico, and my grandmother came back to the United States to try to provide better life for her kids, so she gave them automatic citizenship. When we came to the United States, we settled in the small farming community, and it's called Le Grand. Small town, maybe, back then probably 1,500 people. My upbringing was, we're poor, but we never felt poor because we had so much love at home. All 4 of us, there were 6 of us. We lived in the 1-bedroom apartment. So I never knew what it was like to have my own bedroom, privacy that most people had. My friends were probably the only ones that had lived in an apartment. My parents were field workers, seasonal workers. Dawn till dusk, my parents worked in the fields. My parents, growing up, wanted us to know what hard work was. So they did take us to the fields, working out in the sun, either picking tomatoes, hoeing, picking figs under that sun, and you can't take off the layers because then you get sunburned. It's a back-breaking job, much respect to the people that do those jobs. It's nothing to be ashamed of, it's work. Growing up, my parents knew the value of education. We had all the support. They didn't hold us back. Anything that was for school, my parents were for it. They wanted us to have a better life than they did. My education experience was different because we were in a small town. Most of the teachers spoke English only. They didn't have a bilingual program. The teacher told my mom there was something wrong with me. She needed to take me to the doctor because I wasn't reading. My mom, of course, listened to the teacher, took me to the doctor, and the doctor said, there's nothing wrong with her. She's just a second language learner. It will come to her. In 6th grade, I was speaking Spanish, and the teacher didn't like it, so I got kicked out of class for speaking the language that I was proud of. He tried to belittle me, but it didn't get to me, I'm very proud of where I come from. Sometimes teachers, don't always know how to help a child. And along the way, I had great teachers, and then I stumbled upon a teacher in 8th grade who labeled me as an at-risk student. It was a program for students that were at risk of dropping out, that were going to drop out at a high school. So they taught us to go to school. I got paid to go to school. I enjoyed it, actually. I got paid to go to work. I wasn't in the fields. But then later, I found out what kind of a program it was, and it hurt me dearly. Why I was labeled, I don't understand. Maybe because I didn't look like the other kids, or maybe my family wasn't like the other kids. I didn't see myself that way. I've always had support at home, most of the way along my education, until that teacher. I made it through. I knew I was gonna make it through, I didn't let that label stop me. And I made sure that I sent him an invitation for my high school graduation, wrote him a note. This is my first and it won't be my last. As I went through college, I sent him my announcement of graduating college with my criminal justice degree, and also when I graduated with my teaching credential. We don't have to define ourselves by the labels that are given to us by society, assume that we are certain people just because of the way we look. We're more than that, and the choices that we make in life. Today, I'm a kindergarten teacher. I can teach from kindergarten all the way to 8th grade, but I choose to stay in kindergarten because I love seeing the growth from when kids start school to the end. I have the passion, the patience. I love what I do. I have 24 children that come to my classroom every day with a smile. I open the door, I greet them every day. I work in a neighborhood where the families are just like my family, so being able to help them and letting them know that labels, they don't make us, we don't have to take that label. We can go further in life. It's really sad that many of times look at lowriders as we're gangbangers, cholos or cholas, and we're not. We come from different walks of life. Some of us are professionals, some of us work in different parts of the community and stuff. We try to help, but the passion is the same. And it's really sad, that we sometimes get picked on because they assume we're out to cause trouble. Thinking about my own experiences of being labeled, I bring it to my school and I try not to label any of my kids or judge any of my kids for any reason. I have high expectations for my kids. I want them to succeed, and I want them to know that there's people that love them and want them to go further in life. My name is Angelina Flores. I'm a kindergarten teacher, and I'm a lowrider role model.